Let's continue our exploration about Windows 365. And today we will discuss about why Windows 365 may or may not for you. Before that, don't forget to subscribe so you will get notification for each new video in the channel. Okay, let's flashback about what is Windows 365. Basically, Windows 365 is an operating system that running in the cloud that you can access using a web browser or any device such as PC, laptop, Mac, iPad, or even your Android device. This is not a whole new technology. In fact, this is an improvement of Virtual Desktop Infrastructure or VDI. And it's so much like Windows 10 VM in Azure, and you can watch my video about Windows 10 VM in Azure in this link. Even if you don't know or never use VDI or Windows 10 VM in Azure, you can directly use Windows 365 as a fine starting point. Well, this is not a TV series where you should watch the prequel. Okay, in next section, we will guide you about the benefit of adopting Windows 365.
Adopting Windows 365 is a great benefit for your company. This is why. The first reason: remote working. In the current pandemic era, a lot of countries including mine, Indonesia, are enforced by their government to work from home or work remotely. But there's some employees who cannot work remotely because they work with highly confidential files such as finance, legal or developer. In normal time to the mentioned employee type, the company may not allow employees to use their personal device or bring the file outside the company's premises. Today, a lot of companies have been embracing the cloud. They start allowing their data to be located on cloud as long as the provider is trustable, such as Microsoft. But to allow file to be saved on local drive of employee's own device is a different story. With Windows 365, employees can use their own device. It doesn't matter if it is a new laptop, an old PC, a Mac, iPad, or Android device. Employees can work using their device and company can keep the confidential file in its cloud. The second reason: hardware saving. A lot of businesses replace their PC or laptop every 3 or 4 years, sometimes they just replace perfectly working devices just to make standardization. This happens because you may feel a slow performance in 3 or 4 years old hardware. Since Windows 365 is running in the cloud, the whole computation happens in the cloud, not your PC. And if you feel the slow performance, you can always replace your cloud PC with new installation or upgrade its specification. So, if you have 3 or 4 years old hardware, or even 8 years old hardware such as a laptop with Intel Core i 3rd Gen or Ivy Bridge which can run modern browsers smoothly, you can run Windows 365 just fine. The third reason: workstation internet speed. If you just like me, working from home with a decent internet connection, we can easily access email, web page or watching full HD video on YouTube. But how about when you need to download a huge file, just say a 4 GB ISO file, or even upload this huge file to the internet? If I do that on my PC, the internet may not be usable in an hour or two, because it got sucked up by that operation. In Windows 365 our cloud PC is connected with 10 gigs internet connection, meaning you can download a 4 gigs of ISO in a matter of minutes or even seconds. With this speed, even if you are working with a huge file between your colleagues, you don't need to worry about taking a lot of time just to share some huge file. The fourth reason: simplifying cost and licensing. As I mentioned before, the similar technology of Windows 365 is Virtual Desktop Infrastructure or VDI. With VDI you can work on desktop OS is a virtual machine in server or in this case in Microsoft Cloud. Before Windows 365 launched, Microsoft offered VDI as one of Azure services called Azure Virtual Desktop. AWS also offer the similar technology called Amazon Workspaces. But using this technology is so much like managing cloud infrastructure. You are charged per hour or even second. The cost may vary from month to month. This flexibility is good if you can manage it perfectly, for example, turn on and off the VM every time you do not use it. But if you just let the VM run all the time, the running cost may become big. With Windows 365, the good and bad of cost flexibility is replaced by cost simplification. No matter how many hours you access the cloud PC, you are only charged a flat fee for each month. Moreover, you can upgrade easily using Microsoft 365 Admin Panel, so much like you managing license in Microsoft 365.
So, with the reason mentioned before, Windows 365 may or may not for you or your company. There is several categories or reason Windows 365 may or may not for your company. Windows 365 is for you if you currently 1. You using VPN to access company data to working from home. Windows 365 access using a standard internet connection. So it will replace the needs of VPN to access company data from home. 2. Your organization is not allow you to install their licensed software in your BYOD device. Well, your company is having liability to comply to principal software about licensing. So it's understandable for several companies is not allow you to install their licensed software in your own device. Yeah. The third reason is when your organization is not allow you to save data in your BYOD device. Well, there's several category of employee or even some company that not allow the employee to save their data to the employee own device. It's understandable because this is about confidential. So in Windows 365, all data is stored on the trusted cloud. Yeah. So the company may rest assured that the file will be on the inner circle of the company, not saved in the employee's device. The fourth one, if your organization collaborating a lot with a huge file, it backed by 10 Gbps connection between cloud PC, sharing a huge file between colleagues is so much like sharing hundreds of kilobytes of his file nowadays. You don't need to worry about internet speed between cloud PC. The fifth one, your organization is about to upgrade or replace your current PC or laptop. Yeah. As mentioned before, 3 to 4 years old laptop or even 8 years old laptop can run Windows 365 just fine. Yeah. You don't need to upgrade to new PC to access to Windows 365. Okay. The last one, if some people in your organization using exclusively Linux or Mac. If you have several people in your organization who exclusively using Mac or Linux, most likely they do a BYOD or they have a separated device for Linux. Yeah. With Windows 365, they can also working the same way with their colleague. Yeah. Using the same standardization, using the same software, using Windows 365 because everything is running in cloud. Okay, there's also a reason Windows 365 maybe it's not just for you. The first one, if you work exclusively using web browser. If your company use applications that work exclusively only on browser, such as Google Workspace or web-based ERP or web-based CRM, Windows 365 maybe not for you. Well, since you can get your work done only using your browser in your host PC. The second one, if all your company file is stored online, this is expanded from the number one. If you collaborated exclusively using online service such as Google Workspace or even Office 365, most likely your organization was never implement file sharing service, such as / the name server and then / the name of the folder. At this point, you can keep using Office 365 or Google Workspace in your host PC without using Windows 365. The third one, if your organization prefer purchase hardware. Okay. Well, some people or some organization prefer a new fancy hardware. So if you this kind of people of company, yeah, well, Windows 365 maybe not for you. The last one is if your home internet is slow and really unstable. In this pandemic era, a lot of people working from home. Well, this may become a challenge for a lot of people with a very unstable internet connection, such as remote area. If you can have 512 kbps stable internet connection, Windows 65 may be not for you. Okay, that's the reason to adopt Windows 65 and also why Windows 65 is may or may not for you. You can ask me the question in comment section below, yeah, or you can connect me with the link in the description below. That's it for today.